Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's very strange video. It's gonna be a chatty one, so I hope, I don't know, you're in the mood to just like listen to me talk and kind of rant about life, about YouTube, about my channel. Like I have some things that I kind of want to talk about, get off my chest. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna film today, and I feel like this is probably the right thing to film today. So I'm like a mess. I was like outside with the kids. I'm in my bathing suit, so I'm like trying to like somewhat cover up here. But it's gonna be just like casual and chill. So I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about just my channel in general, what kind of headspace I've been in lately. I feel like the last, I don't know what, like 3 or 4 days, you guys, I took like a break on Instagram. I didn't, like, for the first time in my like very recent life, I didn't feel like sharing anything. I needed to just have a break from posting on Instagram. I needed and wanted like to not be picking up my phone, to be scrolling through Instagram. And I felt like because so many heavy things have been happening lately, I feel like Instagram in general has turned into like just like a negative space of just like, I don't know, news and people sharing their opinion on recent events, which if you guys follow me, you guys know that I'm all for that. I think it's important to share things that we're passionate about, and I do that. I do my fair share of that. When I feel convicted and I feel called to talk about something that is personal or something that I feel like is worth sharing, I do. But it had kind of become a little bit too much, and it was triggering my anxiety. And I didn't want to go on there. So I took a little bit of a break, and now I'm feeling refreshed. I'm back. I'm still kind of evaluating how that made me feel. I've been doing YouTube, you guys, now since Riley was born, even since before she was born. So we're getting up to like 5 years now making videos. And so I've been just kind of thinking about what that means for me, how I want to take this channel. I've been praying a lot about what I'm supposed to be doing with this channel, what the Lord wants me to do with this channel. Am I supposed to continue being on here on YouTube? I've been praying a lot just for discernment, for what to share, what not to share, what is valuable, what's important. So that's kind of like all the stuff that I've been reflecting on lately. So my camera battery is gonna die about 50 times during this video because I'm down to 1 camera battery. It's a long story. I left the other camera battery in my mom's house, and I didn't want to buy a new one because of the fact that I'm gonna probably get a new camera, but whatever. So if you see me move around throughout this video and kind of stop and start, that's what's happening. I'm like filming, then I'm putting my camera to charge, and I'm filming some more. So it's a little bit cray. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I've been praying a lot about what this channel is supposed to be doing, what I'm supposed to be filming, all of that. And I've seen recently, like a lot of people that have left YouTube, and it's made me very sad because there's a lot of people that I have followed and have looked up to, and then like their content dies off, and it makes me sad because I'm like invested in their life, and you know, and all of that. But at the same time, like, I know that it's what's best for their family and all of that. So I have had moments where I've been like, is that what I'm supposed to do? Am I not supposed to be making videos anymore? What would my life look like if I didn't? And I still feel, I don't know how you feel about it, but I still feel like I'm supposed to be on here. So if you like my face, then that's good. If you don't like my face, then I don't know why you're watching this video anyway. But I do feel like I'm still supposed to be on here producing content. But I've been just thinking about like what my purpose is for that, or why I'm doing that. And I know that my intentions when I first started YouTube were very different. I definitely wasn't in the same space in terms of my overall faith 5 years ago, even a year ago, versus like where I am now. And so today I feel a lot more called to incorporate some of my faith into my videos, and to make sure that anything that I'm sharing, like, that it's not supposed to be like about me. It's supposed to be showing you what my life is, what my family life is, a family that's just trying to do their best to make the Lord happy. You know, a family who's trying to live a biblical lifestyle, someone who's trying, remember, keyword is trying, because we're all failures. Like, we all have points where we have, you know, we have faults, we are sinners, nobody here is perfect, but we are trying to live like a godly, biblical, conservative worldview kind of life. Like, if you guys follow my channel, you know this by now, and that's made some people happy and that's made some people upset. That's just me living like my true authentic life at this point in my life. So I just wanted to, I guess, share that. Right now I'm kind of like at a point where like my videos, I don't know, they might be a little bit boring, because right now they're gonna be focused on things like homeschooling, because that's gonna be like a big part of my life right now. Homeschooling. You guys see that I'm doing my gardening stuff that I've gotten into. I've been lately, you know, with the food and the baking, and like those are all new things. And so like if you followed my channel, I don't know, like 2 years ago, maybe there were things that I did back then that I, you know, don't do now anymore. Or maybe now there's new stuff that you don't like, or you don't like that I talk about, or you don't like that I've made it very public, that I have certain just viewpoints on life, and that I'm striving to live a biblical lifestyle. Maybe that makes you upset. And so if it does, I guess I just want to say, like, you know, thank you for being here. If you don't like my content, please go and find content that you like. I'm not at a point where I'm going to be like taking so much effort and energy and mental space into like having, you know, just hateful conversations with people. Like, you know, like I'm not into the drama. I'm simply here to live my life, to share it with you guys, and to hopefully just, you know, be able to do this life with you guys and share things together and learn, and I don't know, just try to survive life with 2 kids together and share what that looks like in the most real way that I can. And so that's kind of why I say, like, what I'm going to be sharing is mostly going to be our day-to-day life. And I will tell you that sharing my day-to-day life, like the day in the life vlogs, some of you guys love them, some of you guys don't. Those are not the videos that are going to make me the most money. Like, if I'm doing things for strictly monetary purposes, those videos are not the ones that are gonna make me the most money, because it's harder for me to like get introduced to new people on YouTube if I'm sharing day in the life vlogs. If I'm sharing more sit down videos that are gonna generate a lot of search, those are the ones that are gonna, you know, make me more money, or those are the videos that are going to, you know, help me bring in new audience. But I can't focus so much of my time and my attention on those kind of videos, because number one, those videos take more time away from my kids. Like, day in the life vlogs for me are, first of all, personally, the funnest for me to film, because I have videos then to look back on, like home videos to look back on. But they're the easiest for me to film in the sense that I'm filming what I'm doing that day. I'm filming my life. It doesn't cost me anything extra other than me picking up the camera several times throughout the day, or sometimes I just film for a period of like an hour or 2, and then that's it. I turn off my camera and I go about the rest of my day. So those are the videos that are likely gonna be like the most here on this channel. And I've kind of gone back and forth different periods of time, like in my YouTube career, whatever it is you want to call it. Sometimes I've been more focused on like, let's try to generate more search, or let's try to get some new eyeballs on the channel. And like, I've kind of gone back and forth. And right now, sitting here, like today, where I feel like I need to be present is I need to be present in my life with my kids, and making sure that I'm fitting YouTube around that. Not that I'm trying to fit my life around YouTube, because if I'm doing that, then my priorities are all out of whack. And YouTube is a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing to me to be able to be creative, to do something that I like, and yes, to bring in some money for my family. It's a huge blessing, and I get to do that all here with the kids around me. Like, I don't take that for granted for a minute. But I just wanted to kind of share a little bit of that, of like where I'm coming from. So I don't know, I hope that you guys also are yourselves, like maybe not everybody here who watches this channel does YouTube, but that you're taking some time to like reflect on just like how you spend your time. Like, maybe you are on social media all the time and maybe it's like not healthy for you right now. Like I've had some people ask me also, you know, just like about just in general mental health right now with the heaviness of the world and all of that. Like evaluate what you're consuming, evaluate what you're creating. I know that I'm trying to do both, and I had very much fallen into like I'm consuming a lot of content that does nothing for me. That's just because it's there in my face as I go on. Because like the problem with me is like, because I post a lot of stuff on Instagram, I go onto Instagram and then it's not just, I don't end up just being there just to post whatever it is that I'm going to share. I end up opening up my phone, and then of course, you know, something catches my eye, or I feel the need to keep scrolling and scrolling. And then before you know it, I've had like 15 minutes go by where I've scrolled. I've done nothing really productive other than like get triggered by certain things. And then after those 15 minutes go by, then maybe I'll share the one thing that I was trying to share. So it's a giant time suck. And so that's one of the things that I've been trying to be more intentional about. Like if I'm going on Instagram, like first of all, I've unfollowed a lot of people that have just done nothing for me, or that have made me feel a way that I don't want to feel, because like that's the beautiful thing about social media and just content consumption in general. Like you have the ability most of the time to unfollow someone. Or if you don't feel like you want to unfollow someone, you can literally like mute them. I don't know, if you don't want them to know you unfollowed them. Like there's ways that you don't have to see certain content all the time in front of your face. So doing things like that to protect my mental health has been important. So I hope that you guys are doing that. And also, like, you know, maybe you do need some time away from Instagram or some time away from YouTube. Like I will not be offended if you have to take some time away from watching some of my content, if you know it's making you sad or angry, or you feel like you need to be doing other things with your time. Like I think we all would benefit from also being intentional about what we're doing offline, what we're doing in real life. Like I don't know, sometimes it makes me think like, I don't know, like have we forgotten that there's real life too? Like have we forgotten that like there's life outside of our four walls? Like that's real life. And like, yes, I'm a real person. I'm here talking to hopefully also real humans, not just a bunch of robots. But like we need to live, we need to go do things. Like it makes me scared to think that like there may be a world like where our kids live in, where it's like, I don't know, they get home from school or whatever, they put on goggles and are in like a virtual reality world, and like that's the world that they're gonna live in. Like it's a scary thought, and it sounds like science fiction, it sounds like Ready Player One kind of stuff, but like that's really the direction that like the world wants to go in. Like that's basically what meta is. That's basically what the direction of social media wants to be. It's like you're putting on your little goggles and you're playing with your little avatars, and you're like a fake person in a pretend world, but like there's like real world. There's like a real, you know, real stuff you can do. And that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed like gardening and this newfound hobby, because I'm being productive. Like I'm actually doing something like with my hands. I'm planting seeds and like seeing the fruits of that, and like seeing the results of that, like doing stuff now so that in a few months there will hopefully be a reward in that. And it's hard to explain if you've never like understood that, or you've never gotten into gardening, but it's really cool. And that's also, and there's also like a lot of metaphors between like gardening and planting and like just parenting in general, because like our kids are literally like our fruit. Like our kids are the fruit of all of our work and our love, and how we nurture our kids is like the plant that they're gonna end up being, and like how fruitful they're gonna end up being. And we've got to make sure that we are, you know, cultivating them. Like there's so many metaphors that you can draw, and I know that that sounds so nerdy, but it's been really good to see that and to remind myself that as much as I do stuff like this on the internet and on a computer and on a camera, like there's real world stuff too to do. And it's important that we don't forget about that. So all of that to really say, like, those have been some of the things that have been going on in my mind. That's kind of the headspace that I'm at. I'm super appreciative of those of you guys who take the time out of your day when you can to just be here, hang out with me, listen to me ramble about life. I've had a few people lately ask me like, oh, like, would you start a podcast, or can you start a podcast? And while that's not in the cards right now, because it would just take up way too much time that I don't have, or that I'm not willing to give up at this point in my life, if there's anything that you want me to talk about, or hear me chat about within one of my vlogs or something, let me know in the comments. Like, let me know what you want to hear or to talk about or discuss throughout, you know, some of my videos, whether I make that like a separate, you know, just chatty video, or just kind of incorporate it into like a moment where I have like 5 or 10 minutes to talk about something throughout a vlog. I can definitely try to do that for you guys. And then the other thing that I will say, since we're just kind of talking about YouTube and social media and all of that in general, is that the reality too is that right now, in terms of like money for YouTube, like money's down. And like, I don't know if that's like felt between like all content creators, or if, I guess it's just me, right? I guess I just suck right now. I mean, I don't know. My guess is that the state of like just the world in general right now, like there's a lot of things that are down, right? Like stocks are down, companies are losing money. Like it's not a great time right now in the economy. So it seems to me like there's also like when that happens, it would be smart. Like there's a lot of companies that don't invest a lot of their money into marketing, because then who's buying stuff when people are barely even able to afford groceries and stuff like that. So like, point is, the economy is kind of like taking a hit, which means that like for me right now with my YouTube channel, I am definitely seeing a cut across the board in terms of like Google, like YouTube AdSense, like the money that I get paid from you just watching my videos. And it's not like, oh, because I'm making less videos, I'm making less money. It's, I'm making the same amount of videos and I'm making significantly less money for that. So imagine like you're going to work 9 to 5, you're going to your day job, working the same amount of time that you've always put in, and your boss tells you like, hey, by the way, like you're only gonna be making like half of what you made last year. That's kind of like the, I don't know, the analogy that I can give you guys. It's like I'm putting in the same amount of work and I'm seeing like a lot less money, which again, I know that this isn't just about money, and I know that, like I just finished telling you guys, like that's not the purpose, but it still sucks when you're like putting in the effort and then monetarily, like I said, you're doing the same amount of work and then seeing less, you know, in your bottom line. That's not a fun feeling. So because of that, I just hope you know how much I appreciate it when you watch a video that's sponsored, because I'm still taking on sponsored content, sponsored, you know, ad placements on my videos. And that's something that I'm trying to do to kind of recoup some of the money that I've kind of lost with YouTube AdSense. So just know from the bottom of my heart, like it's super appreciated when you watch those videos, when you just comment on them or like them, thumbs up. Like I never want to like try to like pressure you or force you to buy something that you don't want to buy. That's not what I'm here to do, but like literally just like liking those videos or just watching them for a little bit, like it makes a big difference. It's very helpful, like on our end as content creators. And then more than ever, if you do have a content creator that you like and you see them share something that you do want to buy, try to like go out of your way to use their links, or to ask them, hey, do you have a link, do you have a promo code? Because all those things are ways that you can help, you know, the people that are making videos for you guys or making content, and you kind of give back to them in a little way. And I don't know, that's just like some behind the scenes like YouTube world kind of stuff. So I love your faces, and I just wanted to wrap up by saying I'm gonna probably be a little bit less active on Instagram. Hopefully not here, but for the time being, I'm gonna really try to be a lot more intentional on how often I'm picking up my phone and scrolling. And I know that being on Instagram is that time suck like I was talking about, and I end up consuming a lot more than I'm creating. And for me at this point, it just seems a little bit off balance. So I'm hoping to reserve like a lot of my sharing for just like day in the life vlogs and just sharing my life with you guys here. At this point, I don't feel called to leave right now. Could I maybe potentially post less if the time, I don't know, if something happens where I feel like maybe a posting less would make more sense, but not just like disappearing off the face of the earth. I feel like I still want to be here. I still have stuff I want to share with you guys. And I feel like my life also would be like really, I don't know, really weird without it. And so everything with hopefully the intention being like all glory to the Lord, all glory to trying to live our best lives for him and like for what he wants for us. And just trying to do that, even though things are difficult and life is weird right now and the world is just a hot mess. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for listening to me. I love your freaking faces. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.